Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you're familiar with my channel, you may know that I typically have a character in mind that I'm trying to create. You may also know that rarely do they turn out as planned. That was definitely the case with this doll, but I'm not going to reveal what I was trying to create because I definitely like to try again in the future. But if you'd still like to see how this custom turned out, then just keep watching. Off camera, I attempted my first ever head shrinking. I unfortunately didn't film it because it was a bit of an experiment, but I pretty much followed Derilly Doll's fast shrinking method step by step. They have great tutorials on both the slow and fast shrinking method, among many other things, so I'll be sure to leave their video linked down below. At this point, we are not quite at the 24-hour mark, and I want to move quickly because I've heard that the vinyl hardens up quite a bit once the shrinking is complete. I've already reattached her head to her body, and using my hairdryer, I am going to heat up these two tiny pieces of Warbler, melt them over the holes, and she will be ready for a reroot. I am painting her head in preparation for the black viscose fibers I have for her hair. I will leave a link down below for the viscose fibers I used for her hair. This is my second time using viscose, and I think it's my new favorite kind of hair. One of the downsides would be that the length is a little bit limiting. This is the longest I've gotten the viscose fibers to be, but I personally like this length, and I think it has a really natural appearance, both in texture and also the level of shine. I'm going to burrito wrap her hair and spray her face with 2 layers of MSC, waiting 15 minutes in between each spray and an additional 30 before I begin her face up. I do use a respirator mask and spray it outside. Per the usual, please read the manufacturer's safety instructions before using any of the materials mentioned in this video. Using my gallery soft pastels, I start off with dark sienna and dark red brown for definition and contouring, and then I move on to deep vermilion for the blushing. I find it easier to blend if I go from light to dark shades, so I start with my brown pan pastel and work my way up to the black. To really amp up the pigmentation, I am pulling the watercolor off of the pencil with a slightly dampened detail brush. All right, I am done with her face for now. The only thing I need to add is her 3D lashes, and per the usual, I will wait until the end so I don't have to be as cautious. Because of the head shrinking, I had to reattach her head much earlier than I usually do in the process. So that means I need to protect her face up from the MSC and body blushing. I did go ahead and sand her body off camera and prepare it for the blushing. I think a dog had chewed on her legs and she had some pretty big indentions. They're not completely sanded off, but I did get the divots smoothed down. Because of that, she's got this really rough appearance to her skin. I'm hoping that when I spray it with the 2 layers of MSC, it'll make this blend back into the rest of her skin tone. If it doesn't, I may try taking 100% acetone to it to melt the plastic back down. We'll see how far the coats of MSC can get us. The MSC definitely helped disguise the look of the texture from the sanding, but it is definitely still visible. I'm going to call that good enough for now, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to body blushing and adding her freckles. I'm going to do some additional blushing with the shade Vermilion, but I want to go ahead and add her freckles in first. To add in some darker beauty marks, I'm going to take a little bit of Caran d'Ache Umber. I'm going to add a final bit of blushing with Deep Vermilion to the high points. Finally, I am ready to do a heavy dusting of cream white mica powder. The body has been blushed and sealed with one final layer of MSC, and I am now ready to paint her nails with black acrylic paint. It's finally time to remove her face covering and unwrap her hair. Here's how she's looking with her hair down. There's only a couple things left to do. I need to put on her 3D lashes and put her in the incredible outfit made by Haute Couture Atelier. I will leave the link to their Etsy shop down below. Once that's complete, the only thing left to do is take a look at her final photos. No, I'm not. No, I'm absolutely not going to do that. Let's forget I ever said that. Are you stealing my dresses? Stealing the doll dresses? I don't think that'll fit you. You're a pretty girl.